stack formation is one of our base looks on third down. We like to line up and stack to get the defense locked into a coverage. A good amount of the time we'll get some type of half field coverage or some type of man coverage against this set. So we have a pretty good idea of the look that we're going to go against. The other reason we like to line up and stack is it gives us a chance to move our bigger outside receivers closer to the formation and also isolate them against some type of free safety, usually working our X receiver against the free safety into the boundary. The pass play or concept we're going to talk about today is our dig drag post, the pattern that everybody in America runs. Again, shallow cross, dig from number 1 outside, and post from number 2 inside. Again, basically trying to high-low the will linebacker into the boundary and make a triangle read. In terms of the individual routes, again, when we line up in a stack formation, a 2 and 2 stack set, we'll set the field stack on the hash, again, slot receiver on the ball, Z receiver out behind him, again, about 1.5 yards, 2 yards behind. Our slot receiver is going to run a shallow cross, 45-degree departure to 5 yards, snap it flat, and stay on the run, again, trying to affect the movement key backside the will linebacker. The field side outside receiver, again, we'll mix him up. Sometimes we'll have him run a hitch to complete this corner of the triangle. We got to the point where we're going to have him run a free excess edge break out there. Again, still an easy makeable throw to the quarterback because his split's reduced in the stack formation. To the boundary side, again, we're going to set the boundary side stack 2 yards from the top of the numbers. We're going to have the H receiver and other slot receiver on the ball, and he's going to run a post, again, 10 yards, slam his outside foot in the ground, run a skinny post. Again, because he's in a stack formation, it's still probably going to take him somewhere into center field. He's going to go first. Our X receiver is going to go second. Again, about 1.5 yards to 2 yards away. He's going to come up to 10 yards. He's going to snap this dig nice and flat and build that triangle for the quarterback. So the quarterback's going to read 1 to the shallow cross, 2 here to the dig, again, a boundary side triangle, and then he can either free access here to the Z or work back to the back. But essentially, we're looking into the boundary, again, keeping this cross on the run. Against any type of halves coverage or cover 2, we think we have a good chance to snap that dig flat in here away from the Mike linebacker. Against any type of man, we have a man-beaten route, a shallow cross on the move here, and a dig on the move here coming from the boundary. Okay, the video clip we have is from our game this season against JMU. 4th down situation for us. Again, we line up in a stack, line up into 2 and 2, so ball's on the right hash. Again, the boundary stack is going to be 2 yards from the top of the numbers. The field stack here is set slightly inside the hash, could be a hair wider. Again, we're okay with them reducing a little bit because the shallow cross is trying to get to the other side of the field. This is actually a really good change up here by JMU on 4th down. We think we have 2 deep, some type of half coverage. At the snap, they rotate into alert coverage look, a man coverage look, so they're going to have a whole player here, and then they're going to play ins and outs on the boundary stack and ins and outs on the field stack. So it's going to be a little bit tougher for us because we're running cross and dig, but because these routes are on the move, we still have a chance to hit the dig in an open window. Again, we're okay with them playing man coverage here and passing it off because they're going to be flat-footed. So if the post is coming through center field and the dig are both coming through threatening vertically, we're going to back these guys up or keep them flat-footed. Again, here, the post by the H receiver locks the hips of the guy covering X, so now he has a chance to gain some separation on his dig. So it's a good job by the boundary stack, again, pushing these banjo defensive backs further into the secondary to create some space for the dig. It's also a good job by the field side shallow cross. Again, Dorian here pushes to 5 yards, snaps it flat, and stays on the run. So this lurk player, again, who could have been down here to rob the dig by the X, he's now taken up by the shallow cross, and we have a window in behind to throw the dig. Again, very important you keep the shallow cross on the run. Dorian does a good job here avoiding the umpire in the middle of the field. Again, Norman, good man-beating route. Again, we want to edge break this thing nice and flat, stay on the run. Again, keep that separation we got between the DB by staying flat. Don't speed through it and let him close that space. Again, good throw by the quarterback. You'll see from the end zone shot, great protection. But a good job by the guys running the complementary routes. The post here into the boundary and the shallow cross here coming from the field to help get that dig open. Again, good look from the end zone shot here. The importance of keeping this shallow cross on the move so he can clear up this window. Again, in man coverage, we're not going to have a straight movement key like we would in zone who's going to drop out and react. Okay, but if the shallow cross keeps that man coverage guy, keeps the alert guy who drops here into the window, keeps them on the move, the quarterback has a nice clean picture to throw the ball to the dig. Again, great job avoiding all that stuff in the middle of the field by the shallow crosser. Again, good accurate throw by the quarterback here, 1 yard in front of Norman's number. That way he can catch that thing, chin the football, rack it high and tight, and work his way up the field. Again, the last part, and probably the most important, you look at the protection by the 5 guys up front. It ends up being, it's a 3-down front, but they add the 4th rusher. Right, great pass protection, great pocket. Again, great look there for our quarterback to drop the ball in on a big 4th down.